This week, why Gen X is the future of reverse mortgage lending and how we can prepare.
Building relationships is the way Mutual of Omaha has grown into one of the leading financial services companies in the world. Our reverse mortgage wholesale division is proud to carry on this 100-plus year tradition. To your borrowers, a reverse mortgage is more than a transaction. It's a promise of a better, more stress-free life. Our goal is to provide you, our valued client, with the best service and support possible so you can focus on helping your borrowers achieve the retirement of their dreams.
Welcome back to the Industry Leader Update. Much commentary and prognostication has been focused on the demographic potential of baby boomers in the hopes that it would accelerate demand for reverse mortgages. In fact, for years, we saw the silver tsunami as a potential boom for reverse mortgage lending. Today, we have still yet to scratch the surface of age-eligible households. So there is another demographic that warrants more attention. Gen X, or Generation X, my generation. A generation some refer to as Boomer 2.0, being defined as a generation of those born between the mid-1960s and the early 80s. Gen Xers account for 66 million Americans. Baby boomers account for 76 million individuals, that according to the most recent U.S. Census Bureau data. So sandwiched between the millennials and the boomers, you have Generation Xers, and they're generally still in the middle of their working years, with the oldest cohort approaching retirement and eligibility for Social Security benefits. In other words, Gen Xers are on the cusp of becoming age eligible for the federally insured home equity conversion mortgage, or HECM. And many, they already meet the minimum age requirement that's necessary for a proprietary or private jumbo reverse mortgage. But sadly, Generation X is also on track to become the first generation to have a lower standard of living in retirement than their parents or the previous generation. And it's not surprising when you consider that company pensions and defined benefit plans that were once commonplace amongst the baby boomer generation, today those are remarkably scarce. Now, would this generation that is less debt adverse be more receptive to getting a reverse mortgage loan? Perhaps. Yet, we must grapple with two realities. Generation X is the future of the reverse mortgage marketplace, and also boomer homeowners will dwindle notably in the next decade. But more importantly, the projected decline in baby boomer households will become significant. This chart shows the projected decrease in baby boomer households with a modest decline in home ownership in the first 5 years, then followed by a significant larger cohort of boomers who can simply no longer live in their homes or pass away. Freddie Mac projects there will be 9.2 million fewer boomer households by 2035. At that time, the silver tsunami will be more like a receding tide. Now, one factor that could slow the exit of baby boomers from their homes are improvements in healthcare and life expectancy. And all this leaves reverse mortgage lenders and originators like yourself to balance two equally important tasks: focusing on attracting current age-eligible borrowers to the HECM, while at the same time educating and preparing the next generation to embrace the power of leveraging one's home wealth to help improve their quality of life in retirement. Now, one way that you can do this is to focus on increasing your engagement with the adult children of your borrowers. Not only should we be engaging them, but also we should be building and forging an ongoing relationship that's going to foster increased trust over the years. After all, you help their parents enjoy their non-working years with fewer financial worries. Ideally, every adult child should be in our database, and if not, we may be overlooking the opportunity to provide a reverse mortgage to a new market. Now, what are your thoughts? Leave your comments in the comments section below, and if you'd be so kind as to share this week's video on LinkedIn, a big shout out to those of you that do that each week. Thank you. We do have a YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you never miss an upcoming episode. And each and every week, we curate the most recent reverse mortgage related news or economic news that impacts us as an industry. You can find that on our weekly podcast, HECM World Weekly, which is on Apple Music, Spotify, Podbean, and of course here at HECMWorld.com. Thanks again for joining us, and be sure to return next week for more reverse mortgage news, commentary, and analysis, you know it, that can only be found here at HECM World. Have a great week.